Hey, everybody. Listen, it's Trending Topics Monday. Yes, I'm coming on a little late because earlier, Royer and I from Royer's World, we recapped the first 2 episodes of Married to Medicine. So if you're still into the reality shows, yes, I will be recapping them with Royer. We did on Married to Medicine today. We kind of caught up, and we'll be catching up on the Real Housewives of Potomac tomorrow. No, I'm not watching all of them. I'm peeking at Beverly Hills when I can because I'm almost over these reality shows. But yes, we're still watching some of them, and we're going to recap them together. So in the meantime, it's Trending Topics Monday, people. Happy Monday. And yes, just like that, we're in the month of December. So what do we got? 28 days or 29 days, something like that, before the year is over, and we will be ushering into 2025. Listen, Cat Williams said that 2024 was going to be the year of exposure, and he never lied. No lies detected. Talking about exposure, yes, everybody got exposed in 2024. So we're going to hang in there and see what happens in 2025, besides that Diddy trial that's going to happen in May. But anyway, let's continue on. Let's get into this and let's talk about today's trending topics. Meltdowns and messy drama. That's the nice title. Meltdowns and messy drama. Don't forget, hit that like button, okay? Meltdowns and messy dramas. We have this girl, she has an epic meltdown in the Walmart. When you got a child that can wild out like that, and she's looking like the 8 to 9 range. No one has told us yet what city, what state this happened in, where her parents were at the time. It appears like the man that comes around in the end is the dad, but we're still not sure. Epic meltdown. She's throwing stuff, trashing stuff, people trying to stop her, help her, figure what the heck is going on. But a child doesn't act out on that level for no reason. Now listen, it seems so crazy, but we can't judge them too harshly because we don't do that particular job. But it seems like sometimes these social workers, they will, They will take away one child really easily and quickly, and then other children, the most be going on, and they never take them kids out of the home. It's messy. It's a lot, but we're going to talk about it. So the Walmart meltdown, and where the heck were the parents? Then our next story is an airport madness. You know, the stuff, the people, you know, they love to give the alcohol. Listen, you cannot go in an airport that doesn't have a place, a bar where you can get you something to drink. And I know some people need it because they don't like flying and they need something to kind of bring them down, calm them down. But a lot be going on in these airports, and the people be getting into it. So this woman, they saying she was just a racist rant. Racist rant. It was insane. I don't understand people. Totally crazy. But we're going to get into that story at the airport, this racist rant, where in the end, they did make this particular lady get off the shuttle bus because everybody had enough of her. Tonight is called Meltdowns and Messy Drama. Now, Draya Michele. There's this saying that God bless the child that has his own. And they never lied with that saying. God bless the child that has his own. I tell y'all all the time, and to the day I take my last breath or do my last podcast on YouTube, I will tell you this. It is no shame if you got to live in a studio apartment that you can afford yourself, that you can pay for yourself, and that you're doing it with some honorable money in cash. Now, Drea Michele had, I want to say, teenagers. She was out of that range where she had to literally, physically dress somebody, feed somebody, change a diaper. She passed that stage. But she wanted a baby girl. And I mean, ain't nothing wrong with wanting more children or wanting, because you a boy mom, wanted to be a girl mom. But if you already raised some kids on your own, single, and you've been down that road, it's not easy. And I don't care how much money you have, it is not easy. Having another person physically help you care for, take care of that child is a good thing. So you walk the single parent route. But in her good age, she decided she was going to have another child and on purpose not be married. But that ain't even really what my real issue is. You doing that and you living in the house that belongs to your ex and you having a baby by someone else, and then you wondering why your ex is trying to kick you out. Listen, I try to lean back on when I say this, but I have got to say this. Are you dumb, stupid, or both? You was with one man. He bought you a house, sort of, kind of. Listen, if somebody buys you something, if you are buying me a car for my birthday, then I need the title to that car. Don't say you bought me a car and I don't have all the paperwork to the car, because the car ain't mine, it's yours. If you buy me a house for my birthday, where's the deed? My name got to be on it. But you can't say it's mine, but yet everything is still in your name. That don't make sense. So he bought her a house to live in while they was dating for her and her kids. He told her eventually he would sell her the house and they was going to come upon the price. At some point they broke up. She got with somebody else. She ends up having this other guy's a baby, and that guy, he's in the NFL too. His contract is worth millions. He's a young guy. So your most recent baby daddy is worth millions of dollars, and you still fighting your ex to sell you a house that he doesn't want to sell you. He wants you out. This don't make no sense to me. Oh, thank you, Katrina. He's a basketball player. Well, he got money. That's even better, right? Because they said the basketball players make more money than the NFL players. I appreciate you, Katrina. But the point is, your man got money. You have his baby. You had his seed. I be like, look, honey, listen. I'm living in my ex house. He said he was going to sell it to me. I put cash in it, renovating it. He doesn't want to sell it to me. We need someplace to live. Give me $3 million, because this time you got to do it right. You got to do it right. Give me $3 $3 million so I could just go purchase a house cash in my name, and then we'll be done with it. Your baby gonna have someplace to live. But right now, your baby is living in the house of some other man that wants me out. When as a lady, we keep bumping our head against the same wall. That's insanity. And she's trying to force a judge. So meantime, she's spending money on lawyers. She's stressing herself out. Her kids, they don't know if they're going to wake up and be all out on the street. All because she don't want to move out of this man's house. Girl, pick your stuff up, pack your bags, and go. He done with you. And we can sit here all day long and say, well, that ain't right. He did say he was going to. Child, listen, men make promises all day long. Not the new man done signed a contract for $109 million and this girl is fighting the ex over a home. And you carry his baby. Yeah, come on now, Ms. More Better. Draya. I can't. And how old is Draya? Ain't she in her 40s? Come on, she got to know better than this. I know. I'm gonna tell my new baby daddy. Listen. Write the check. $3 million. Let me go buy myself a house. Cause your baby girl, we can't be doing no. Yeah, Drea knows how to pick them, but this one, she was being straight stupid. She did it to herself. Because that man was nice enough while they was dating to even get you a house. But then I don't know what happened. I don't know who did what, where you ended up with the next guy. But now this new guy who you had this baby, he won't even buy you a house, girlfriend. Evaluate your whole life and quickly. Because you about to hit 50. It's going to be half a century and you got to do better. Because when you hit 50, you should be in the mode of trying to educate the next generation. How are we going to be in education mode when we're still stuck on stupid ourselves? Drea, wake up. I want to go shake her. Beautiful girl, but what's going on upstairs in that nugget of hers? Get out that man's house. Now listen, guys. Y'all know what time it is. I need to bring the people on in the building. Come on now. You know I ain't hear that in a minute, but you ain't lying, Emmanuel. In the words of Tamar, get your life. Yeah, she do. She need to get her life. That could have been my title tonight. Get your life. Don't make no sense. Thank you, Tay Tay. I need a what, y'all? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It's Monday Night Trending Topics, and we got stuff to talk about. It's called Meltdowns and Messy Drama. We got this little girl. She look about 7 or 8, just losing it in the Walmart. Where are her parents, okay? We got airport manners. A whole grown woman cutting a fool on the airport shuttle. What a disgrace. And then we got Draya Michele. Somebody got to make this make sense. If her man, her baby daddy, just signed a contract for $109 million and she's begging her ex to sell her the home, it's terrible. I had your baby and I got to sit here and beg you to help me buy a home. Child, she done got herself in a whole hot mess. All because she wanted to be the mom of a girl. Should have adopted a little girl. Come on now. But let me bring the people in the building. Hold on 1 second. Come on now, Spice Ass Case. All aboard, everybody. Hey, Savannah. Hey, Katrina.
Hey, Diva. Hey, panel. Hey, chat. Choo, choo, choo.
Choo, choo, choo. Hey, Wayne.
Hey, Diva.
All right, y'all. We're going to get into it. I'm going to do this first story. this whole Walmart situation, and they have limited details. I've been looking all over all day to see if there's more details. But you know what? I think that a lot of people are going through a lot of things right now. Shout out to all the people out there. And I'm not talking about perfect, because God, there's no perfect parent, because there's no perfect people. But shout out to all the moms and dads out there, and the aunties and the uncles or whomever, who did the best they could, and the grandparents too. When you have a child that's in the Walmart acting like this, there's a lot going on with this kid. A lot. And it just don't make any sense. And I don't know what can be done, but the world seems to just be going through a whole lot right now. Let's get into this Walmart story. Now, this brat, they call her, trashes Walmart as adults make excuses for her in wild video. You don't know what she's going through. Now, yeah, granted, I can roll with that. You don't know what this girl is going through, and obviously she's going through something. But it's totally crazy to me. That's not the one I wanted to show. Hold on one second. Let me stop this screen for 1 second. There was a different one. I must have clicked out of it for a minute. Let me just bring it back up. Obviously, she definitely is going through something, but I also still feel it doesn't make sense that she was in that store trashing it like that. So let me back up. I'm trying to bring back up my original one too. The other problem that I have is when I always went to the store, and I only have one child, right? I got it, my son. But when he was little and we went to the store, like every second you had to be by my side. I was like, no, where you at? So this girl was trashing the store for a minute, and I'm thinking to myself, well, okay, was the parents not looking for her? What the heck is going on? How is this girl getting away with trashing this store like this? And where's the parents at? So give me 1 minute. I'm trying to just get back into it. I don't know why one of my screens kind of shut down and went out. Matter of fact, we'll do this. Since I'm trying to pull that one back up, let me share screen and let's just move on to the other story. I'll go into the other story while I'm trying to pull back up my old story. Okay, so let's do this. Let's share this. We'll flip stories for a minute. So, racist rant. Okay. So, a foul-mouthed tirade at dad. Kids on airport shuttle ride. So, this woman was going off on a dad about his kids, but she was being very racist. Let's get into this.
I'm a prick.
Your family is from India. You have no respect. You have no rules. You think you can push everyone? Push. That's what you think you are. You guys are crazy.
Indian people are crazy. You told me to have some more curry, right?
Yeah, here.
Have some more curry?
To record your tandoori.
Please
Yes.
do. My tandoori.
Yeah, your tandoori speaking.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Want some more?
Please, by all means.
Want some more?
Sweetheart,
don't like it.
No, you can remove her, though, for being rude and racist right now. Can you do that or no?
He doesn't care about racist. You're racist towards me. I'm American.
So are we.
You're not American.
No? Not American?
Not originally, no. You're from.
I was born in America.
No, you weren't.
Yes,
I
I
saw
was.
Your passport.
Yeah, you want to see my passport? Is that going to make you happy? Wow.
Sure, this is like
It's amazing. I thought I only saw this stuff on the internet, but nope. Karen's right here.
I'm angry.
This is toxic, massively toxic. Tell my kids to shut up. You got a mouth on you, sweetheart. Drink some more, sweetheart.
Please take her off the bus.
Get off the bus.
Shut up.
Yeah, get off the bus, racist.
No, I want to do this. It's not right for them to say that to me.
Hey, ma'am. she's out of line.
Okay.
She's drunk, and we need her off the bus. We need her off the bus. You need to get off the bus.
No, you need to get off the bus.
The right people are here, standing like up for us. Thank God for that. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, so these guys, they're taking
Listen, she's been on the bus cussing and screaming. She started calling racist stories to this nice family. Didn't do anything. She doesn't need to be on this bus. She needs to go on the other bus. She's making me uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable for my family. And there's small children here. She's cussing and swearing at small children. I would love her blood alcohol level taken.
Quick update. The police are looking to arrest her. She was incredibly abusive. Her husband got in my face and all this nonsense. But United handled this like a champ, and basically is going to put her on a no-fly list. So, yep, crazy people.
How sad is that? So, an ugly display of racism from one holiday traveler to another. That's what one father says he captured when a woman went off on him and his family on United Airlines shuttle bus. The video recorded at LAX is packed with vulgar, racially charged language. An unidentified woman spewed the words at photographer, calling him a effing tandoori, and ranting that Indian people are effing crazy. He shot the video and says it all went down last week when a woman asked to pass by him during a flight to Los Angeles as he was checking on his 11-year-old son, who was flying in business class thanks to an upgrade. The woman's shocking meltdown happened after they gotten off the plane and boarded a shuttle bus. He says his son told him the woman had asked if he was Indian and said she wanted to speak to his parents. And she started in on the whole family on the shuttle bus, telling his two young sons to shut up while they pointed at different airplanes outside. When he asked her to stop yelling at the kids, she started calling him curry butt and kept going off. We saw the video to see the insults that she hurled at him. Finally, a passenger on the bus stepped up for him with the video showing a long, uncomfortable stretch when people turned a blind eye, ignoring the whole thing. The woman eventually exits the bus in the video to talk to the airline staff, but he says United Airline employees didn't kick her off. Instead, he tells us they asked if he and his family wanted to get off and wait for the next bus, but he declined. He also tells us that despite a United Airlines employee claiming the woman was drunk and had been drinking the entire flight, they said they couldn't do anything about what went down in the video. He does say United handled it like a champ. We reached out to United, who said we don't have any additional information to share. She was messy, but you know what? A lot of times these people, that when they drink too much, they go wild. And I don't know if maybe they need to curb the drinking on these flights. I don't know what could be done, but she was messy. Savannah, your thoughts?
Diva, let me know if I'm coming in choppy because you were freezing up a lot on my internet. I don't know if it's weak right now.
Okay.
You have a lot of negatives in this story. One, it's the holiday season, so everyone's tolerance right now is at an all-time low. You have where we just came out of an election season where half the country is mad at the other half, and lines have been drawn in the sand where people feel that they're emboldened and empowered to speak as they want, and the wokeism that was really one of the reasons why the election went the way that it did. My issue is with this story and in a lot of these incidents is adult behavior in front of children. I mean, these are adults. We're supposed to be examples, and when we don't start recognizing our environment, our surroundings, who's around, you never know. And people now take out the phone I mean, it's right there in their hands, and they're gonna whip it out and start recording. This can affect not only your personal life but also your professional life. Many of these people have lost their livelihoods because of their closet behavior that they were afraid to exhibit in public, but were very comfortable doing it behind their closed doors, where now it's they feel that they can wear their robes out with no one to challenge them or say anything. So my whole I think that the airline handled it correctly. I'm glad that there was um, no physical altercation that came out of this, because most of these videos that I have seen are where the Karen in quotes is getting assaulted in some way, and if you FAFO, then you just hey, they step to you. So it's the adult behaviors in front of children, and this is probably why we have a child that threw a tantrum in Walmart in our next story.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Savannah. Wayne, your thoughts?
I don't like the idea that the United employee comes on there and says, tells them, well, do y'all want to get off and catch the next one? It's people like these Karens that get away with it. I mean, I thought that was a horrible, to tell them, well, they're not even causing the problem, but they have to be inconvenienced. It didn't happen that way, but they was the goal that they should be inconvenienced because of this lady, and she gets to go on through. Was this on a return trip or something? They weren't going to the plane, were they?
They was already on the plane, because they said that she was kind of drunk on the plane, that she had too much to drink on the plane. This thing is messy.
Yeah, they suppose she's not even supposed to be on that plane. If they see that somebody is incapacitated like that or causing trouble, they have them escorted off by the police. And what they'll usually do is tell them, look, 8 hours, give them some time to sober up or whatever, and try to put them on the next flight. But this is just ridiculous, to tell them, ask them, well, do y'all want to wait? Get off and wait. So she's not inconvenienced at all, and she just ran her mouth. That's it.
Thank you, Katrina. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with everybody. Let's see, the airline can't. Well, the people couldn't put her out the little shuttle, because that's the little shuttle you have to ride if you were getting on United. They take you from that little thing around there to the bus. So maybe they was taking her, because I think you said she's already been on the plane or whatsoever. And I know on United you have to buy your drinks. They don't give you drinks for free on United. So they know exactly how much she's drinking. And then who can say what she drunk before she got on the plane? But either or, since they didn't see her saying all this stuff and she didn't hit anybody, therefore, they don't feel like she did anything wrong just by her just saying those words, which we know she was wrong. But just by her saying those words and doing all that, that's not a reason for her not to be. That's not a reason for her to be on the no fly zone. I guarantee you, she's not on that no fly zone. And it's a sad situation. And when you drunk, I was told, when a drunk person is drunk and they say the things they feel, that's how they really feel. They can't say it when they sober, but when that alcohol getting into them, they say a whole different scenario. You see that true person. But that's sad that these kids have to be subject to this, and it's sad that since 45 was in office, it's been here, but we see it a whole lot more, and it's like it's supposed to happen. It's allowed. It's the things that they say, because they had it in them all along. They're just keeping it hid, and we already know alcoholics tells no lies. So that's how she truly feels. And I don't know what her job is, but I'm guaranteed somebody on the internet gonna find her job, and they're gonna show it to whoever she works for, and she probably gonna be fired. Cause that's how it works. So once they see your face on the internet and you doing things like that, they get you. Ask the people that was on the riverboat in Alabama. The teacher got fired. The stores got comments saying that the people were sticking their finger in the food. The food ain't no good. Gave the Yelp reviews went way down. So once they see your face on there doing these type of things, you'll see your reward. Because basically, they're gonna find your picture. You probably gonna get fired if you got a job or whatsoever. They're gonna want to fire you because they're gonna say we don't condone this or whatsoever. They mess up themselves. Like you said, these cameras and these phones around with these videos, you just have to be careful with what you do because once it's on the internet, it's on the internet, and
Right.
somebody will find you. That's all I got, Diva.
No, I agree with you. Once it's out there, and somebody will find you. Yeah, she was being messy. I mean, and she started with the kid. So what he's saying is that his kid got upgraded to business class or wherever. So he wasn't sitting next to the kid. And then when he went to check on him, the kid told him about, the woman and what she said, and saying that, oh, she wanted to speak to his parents. She was messy. And I'm sorry that his family and those kids had to experience that situation. Just very, very sad. We're going to go ahead, but like we said, meltdowns and messy drama. We're going to go ahead and roll right into the next story. I was able to bring back up this Walmart situation. I do believe a lot is going on with this kid. I do hope some social services or someone found out, because I was digging all day and I couldn't see any other updates on this, found out what happened here, where this child is at, and spoke to the parents at the very least, because it's one thing for your child to have a meltdown, but it's a whole nother thing that how long this went on, and nobody seemed to really know, like, where were the parents. Let's listen.
I got this happen.
You said she ain't touching nobody's kid.
You need to let her go.
Well, whoever she's with, but she is in this store. Don't yell at her. Don't yell at her. You don't know she's with you. You don't know she's with you. Don't touch her. Right. Don't report her. That doesn't matter. You don't know what she's doing. Girl, you don't know what she's doing. Don't y'all do that to a little girl. Y'all don't know what she's going to do.
Ooh, we don't know what she's been through. We don't know where the parents are at. But what we do know, this was a hot flaming mess. So messy scene at Walmart. A little girl went on an epic tangent, throwing food all over the place and shattering glass bottles. And it's all on video. The footage starts when the child picking up food items from the deli and tossing them on the floor, seemingly without any parental supervision. She walks away down the aisle, leaving a trail of destruction in her path until a couple older woman tried to stop her and struggle ensues. The girl breaks free and then goes back, right back to throwing packaged food on the floor, only this time she stomps on the items. Little Debbie packages started flying and she kicks the display case for good measure. And by this time, a crowd has formed, though no one seems to be physically trying to stop her. Only once she gets to the case of glass bottles filled with sparkling juice is she confronted with a man grabbing her after she's able to break a few of the bottles on the floor, sending glass and juice all over the place. It's unclear where the incident took place. Okay. Now, I did see another article where they said a man actually picked her up, kind of tossed her over his shoulders, and they're guessing that perhaps might have been her dad. Still don't know. The voyeur who hurt this little girl, something is going on for sure. Savannah, your thoughts?
Those were my exact thoughts, that this little girl has been through some unknown trauma. This is more than just bad behavior. I think, and again, where are the parents? They had to be somewhere in the store. It's unfathomable to think that a parent would just drop her off at Walmart and then leave her there. So the parents have to be somewhere in the store. So absolutely, they should be. They would have to pay for any damages. But I think this child has gone through some trauma, and there's so much more to her story that we don't know about. This is more than just bad behavior. This is a actual cry for help.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen 5 adults standing around her and not trying to intervene and connect with her. That was in itself shocking. Thank goodness that the man, when she was throwing the bottles, came to her, and none of them tried to physically restrain her where they were trying to overpower her. And the way she was on the floor, it looked to me more like she was cowering away from them versus just trying to escape. I don't know. And we just don't know a lot about the story. Is she special needs? Is this a child that's going through a lot of trauma and neglect at the home? That's what I'm thinking that this story is. And I hope we do find out more. I don't know what's going on with us as a society. There's humanity. Before, I used to be like, where's the kindness? Now I always question, where's our humanity? And we really don't look out for each other. We turn our eyes away and turn our heads, and we have this mentality of, oh, that it has nothing to do with me, so I'm not getting involved. I can recall when I was growing up in the 70s, 80s, my neighbors would correct me if I was doing wrong. They would look out for me if my mom wasn't around. I always had a village, and it's like now there is no village. It is absolutely heartbreaking to see these stories of children being uncared for, unloved, and disposed. And I just hope that we can find a way to look out for each other again. I really want to find out more about this story, Deva.
Yeah, I do too. Now, like I said, there's a few articles out there, but no one gives us an entire view of everything. And there's a video. I'm not going to show it, right? But there's a video where her face is not blurred. But anyway, at the end, like I said, this man comes. He kind of tosses her over his shoulders. I'm guessing that is, if it's not the father, it's whoever she was with. And it's kind of like he walks out the store, they leave, and no one really knows what happens after that. But somebody did come get her. But again, I'm rolling with Roy and everybody else. What happened to this girl? Who did something to her? Yeah. It's crazy. Wayne, your thoughts?
I understand the child's been hurt, and It is real sad. But you can't let hurt people hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
What if they just let her go, throwing all that glass? People get, it flies up on them. Hurt herself. Somebody needed to have called Child Protective Service or something to protect her from herself. First it was just the little stuff, the lunch meat and all that other stuff. Now she's throwing big bottles or big things of glass. So everybody's supposed to stand by and look. They should have called. They whoever they needed to call to prevent that. Thank God whoever, the man with the father, whatever, came and got her. But I think it's more to it than this. I don't think they just walked out the store and nobody was held accountable. Or somebody went out the store and got a tag number or something. But yeah, it's sad. I know the child probably was hurt. And even the child may have a disability and act out like that. But even them, you can't let them just go on and hurt somebody else. So I hope, they got some kind of, in a facility to where, to get this child in check, whatever she needs, because she's a danger to herself, not other people, but she's a danger to herself.
That part. And to other people, that glass could have hit somebody. Katrina, your thoughts?
Okay. We don't know all the true story of this child. So we just going by assumptions. But many kids I see act like that be spoiled. And when the parents tell them they can't have something, they go on a rampage. I'm not saying this is what's going on. I'm just saying she's in Walmart. Maybe she wanted a doll and the parents said no. And she got mad about it and started throwing things. Because I've seen kids act that way as well. I'm not saying that she wasn't hurt or anything at school or at home or that type of thing like that. But I know a lot of kids act like that when they're spoiled because they normally get everything they want. When they don't get anything they want, they take out and have fits and tantrums. And then they go around hitting stuff and doing stuff. Not because the parents ain't taking care of them. It's because, and I know you don't believe in spankings, Diva. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, I see a lot of kids that act this way because they are spoiled. And when the parents tell them they can't have something, they do a tantrum. And then eventually the parent will give in. I've seen them act this way. I'm not saying this little girl, that was her. I'm just saying I've seen them act this way when they spoil and can't get their way. They go out and they try to push stuff over. They mad. They want to tear things up and all that type of things. So we just need to get the full thing from the story. I'm not saying she hasn't been hurt or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, Chad. I'm just saying a lot of kids act like that when they're spoiled. Look at 45. When he couldn't be the president, he went in all kind of tyrants, saying this, saying that, saying this, and he's a grown tail man. So imagine when he was young, because his father probably never told him no. But when a child get told no, and when they want something, they take out this kind of aggression. So I'm not saying that nothing ain't happened at home. I'm not saying nothing ain't happened at school. I'm not saying nothing happened with their personal life. I'm just looking on the other side. I know how kids act when they can't get the things that they want. And I'm not saying that's her, but that's what I see. But I guess we'll know later on. I hope you follow up on this story, Diva. That's all I got.
Thank you. Roy, your thoughts?
Hey, good evening. This is a really interesting situation. I kind of work with Child Protective Services because I work for the county, and so one thing that I can say is that children learn behavior. Children just don't start doing things. Children see things and they react based off of what they see. Children are sponges. They absorb everything that they see. And when I first seen this video, she wasn't screaming. She wasn't hollering. It was just like something it was as if she was fed up with something happening to her, and it was a cry out for attention, in my opinion. Um, I, like you said, we don't know what happened. We don't know what she's going through, but you know, I would consider myself a spoiled child a little bit, and I've never acted like this. You know, there is no, from what we see, there is no one taking care of this young girl. There's no one, you know, obviously no adult was present because this went on for a very long time. That video was what, a couple of minutes, Eva? You know, so unfortunately in today's society, our younger parents, you know, parents who have children young, they have lost the value of parenting. They've lost the value of respect. And, you know, a lot of our kids are just kind of following what they see. You know, we got all of these reality shows, you know, on TV now with people, you know, just doing whatever they want to do. And so kids are really watching these things. And it just goes to show that you got to really care for your children. If you don't want them, you know, give them to someone's care that really cares for them and going to take care of them and make sure that they're safe and sound and in their right mind. So this was just a sad situation. I just want to come up and comment on that.
I appreciate you, and I'll just give you, like I said, it's limited updates on this particular story, but people are suggesting all kinds of things. Like, did somebody just do this to go viral? Like, what's the story? But like I said, there's no story yet that I read where they gave an end result. So what they're saying is one woman advises the two women that tried to stop at first to let her go, not put hands on another person's child. This comment sets off a heated debate as to what to do with the unruly child. The growing group of spectators seems divided on what to do with the girl, despite asking repeatedly where the girl's parents are. While the two groups bicker, the girl continues to destroy food displays. At one point, one fed up employee suggests calling for help. Don't yell at her. Don't film her. Don't stop her. You don't know what she's going through. Don't y'all do that to a little girl. One woman off camera screeches before approaching the child and telling her to breathe. The video comes to a close as the child starts hurling bottles of a red fuzzy drink to the ground. In the last 2 seconds of the video, the girl is seen being held over a man's shoulder. However, it's unclear if that's the girl's father. As of Monday, the video has received 3.1 million views. Several users online are livid over the interaction. This video encapsulates the West seethed one user. Hostile barbarian tears down civilization, and woke white women stop other people from doing anything about it. So people had mixed views as to what should have happened to this child. A white liberal woman stopping a black man from stepping up and being a father. Classic, a second person said. The video speaks volumes. If you felt anguish watching this, then imagine being a teacher and having 10 of these kids in your room, littered amongst others who actually want to learn. A third person slam. You got S behavior and a laundry list of things you're accountable for. Admin asks, how can you inspire to learn? So they also said one person even speculated that the whole thing was a stunt, may have been an attempt to go viral. Where's her mother? She has expensive braids, because the girl did have braids. Like I said, there's another video where you clearly see her face. They said a nice outfit. They said she's about 10 years old. Who was she set up to do this for it to go viral, which is all some people care about? It's also ridiculous, one person speculated. It's currently unclear where the shocking incident took place. So it's limited detail on this, but I'm assuming because this thing is at 3.1 million. Eventually, I'll give it a couple of days and we're going to have more details on that story. But either way, if it was a setup, if it's true, either way, the whole thing is sad. And yes, if it was a setup, her parents got issues and she needs out of this situation. Because, I mean, at 10, you may be able to set somebody or try to set someone up to do this, but average 10-year-old be like, Mom or Dad, I'm not doing that. Like, I don't, you know. So there's something more going on, and it's very sad. But I'm going to go ahead and roll into the last story. The last story is Draya Michele. As a woman, and she insisted on wanting to have a female child, a daughter, right? But right now, she's not displaying a good example for any of her children, let alone a daughter. That you're in one man's house, you got a baby by another man, and you're fighting to keep this house tooth and nail. You're spending money on lawyers. The money that you are spending on lawyers, the money that you are spending on lawyers, you could just go ahead and find yourself another home. So sheriffs are called in Drea Michele and ex-boyfriend Tyra Taylor's fight over the Los Angeles home. So Drea Michele rushed to courts days after the sheriffs came to her LA home and tried to lock her out as she continues to battle her ex, Tyrod, over the property. In Touch can exclusively report. According to court documents obtained by In Touch, Drea, 39, revealed officers came to her Chatsworth, California home on November 20th, about a week before Thanksgiving. So this man was ready to put you in the street before the holidays. Girl, why are you playing these games? Drea says she received an alarming phone call from her children's nanny while she was away on a business trip that the sheriffs were at the subject property to lock the occupants out of the subject property. Drea says she quickly called a lawyer who drove over to the home to stop the sheriffs and prevent the lockout. So picture this. Lawyers are cash, even on the low end, okay? Cash. So you had to call your lawyer who had to wake up or do wherever he was at, go over to your house. She paid money for that. And she's paying money in general to this lawyer to fight this thing. Girl, use your funds and move. Stop it already. That's the ex. That's not her current boyfriend that she has a baby by, okay? That's the ex. The model said this is when she learned that Tyron's company had filed an eviction lawsuit against her that she was unaware of. She said a default judgment had been entered in the case. Drea says she was never served with the paperwork, nor did Tyra, 35, or his legal team inform her of the case, despite them actively being in litigation against each other in a case brought by Drea. Tyra allegedly gave permission to serve Drea via mail from the court, which would suggest he did not violate any law. Drea claims she did not receive any documents via mail. As In Touch first reported earlier this year, Drea filed a lawsuit that asked a judge to force the NFL star to follow through on an agreement to sell her a home he bought. Okay? Drea claimed Tyra bought the home in August 2022 when they were dating. She said he bought the property for her and her children. She said the deal was she would pay him monthly rent. Additionally, she said he agreed to let her purchase the home from him between November 2023 to November 2025. The model says she offered to buy the home for $2.8 million in October of 2023. Drea claimed Tyrod countered with $3.2 million. Drea says she accepted that offer. She continued paying rent of $19,000 a month and spent $270,000 on home improvements. Drea said that despite their agreement, Tyrod was backing out of the deal and refusing to sell her the home. I want Drea to wake up. This is not really about that home. This is more about the fact that y'all broke up, and not only did y'all break up, you got with another man, and not only did y'all break up and you got with another man, you had his baby. He don't give a darn if you offer $5 million for that home. He wants to see you in the streets with your baby girl. And let Diva give you advice, Dre. If you happen to come across this video or any of your friends do, get out. Stop spending money on this lawyer. Get out of that house with the bad juju from him. Let him have his house. Chalk it up to the game that you spent $270,000 in renovations. See if you could get that back. But you know what? I would say, have your house and I would be out. And if I got to lose $270K, I will lose it. But I would not keep continuing to lose my time. I would not. She needs to get out. Tyra denied all allegations of wrongdoing. His lawyer said Drea had presented an unsigned lease and an unsigned purchase agreement and emails evidencing at most negotiations for the possible purchase of the subject property. Tyrod and his company argued there was never a final deal in place and therefore no deal to enforce. At recent hearing, Drea suffered a setback in the case. The court ruled that the counteroffer had lapsed by the time Drea accepted it. Therefore, the judge said the contract was unenforceable. However, the judge said Drea could go after Tyrod for the $270,000 she spent on home improvements. The court also allowed Drea to amend her lawsuit to try to revive any of the claims the court dismissed, and allowed her to pursue some other legal theories related to the case that she originally pled. Drea filed an amendment complaint days later. Tyrod and his company have yet to respond to the amended complaint. Despite the case being ongoing, Drea claims the sheriff showed up last week. She's asking the court to consolidate the eviction case in her lawsuit. Tyrod has yet to respond. Girl, stop it. You're giving yourself a headache. Get out this man's house. Savannah, what are your thoughts?
How many years have we been dealing with Drea and her bad decisions? I'm not surprised. I don't think she did this because she wanted a baby girl. She did this because she was dating someone who was her son's age, who had just signed a $109 million contract. And Drea did this for a check. And to hear that now her ex was the owner of the property she was staying in, it's even more confusing because Drea has a successful swimwear line. So I'm not understanding. There's the poor financial management, bad decisions as a woman and a mother. And she's a beautiful girl, but absolutely no common sense. So I feel no sympathies for her. She did this to try to get a bag. And I believe, I recall seeing that the young man that she's had this child with also has other girls that are also pending having a baby soon as well. So she is setting up her own demise. I just don't know about Drea. I pray for her that she'll get some common sense in her big old age, but I don't know about Drea.
Yeah, it's a hot mess. Wayne, your thoughts?
I don't really know these people, but I agree with the dude. Somebody in the chat said petty. I don't know who they saying was petty, but yeah, I'm gonna be petty. You gotta go. You gotta go. You got nothing in writing, nothing attached to this house. And like they said, maybe the 270 you can go after, but you gotta go. I mean, when I look like that, you and your baby from another player stay in my house. No, you gotta go. And when I get back home and get your lawyer, talk to my lawyer, you better be out in 30 days. She has nothing legally attached to it, no ownership or nothing. She didn't get nothing signed, no agreements or nothing. And 270 shouldn't be nothing for this guy. And it shouldn't be too much for her since she's so willing to throw out $2 million for the place. But baby, you gotta go.
You know I can be rough when I need to be rough, but I'm agreeing with you, Wayne. You got to go. It was a bad decision on your part. And sometimes in life we make bad decisions. and you can't dwell on them. You know, that saying, don't cry over spilled milk, is over. You made a bad decision. You put $270K in renovations in a house that wasn't yours. That wasn't smart to do anyway. It wasn't a smart thing to do. So now you got to pay the piper. Katrina, your thoughts?
What I don't understand is these people are totally, totally stupid. Why in the world? Even though you thinking that you're buying this home, I still wouldn't put. When I did buy the home. That's when I would have put the $270,000 into it. I'm not going to put no $270,000 in a home that's not mine legally, knowing that this man can come take this house because you said y'all had a contract, or he said you can just pay the rent. You paying $19,000 a month. You can go get another house, a house that's fresh with your child, with your grown son, and now you got another baby by a boy that's the same age as your son. So you can go buy two high chairs from somewhere else. I mean, girl, get two high chairs because you got your baby. Now you got another baby. Well, you got three babies, so now you got you need three high chairs. But what I'm saying is, you crazy. You putting this money into that, girl. Go get another home. Why are you fighting this? This man don't want you there. He don't want you there. You been a pass around ever since you popped up on the scene.
Oh my God.
You mess with somebody else's husband, with somebody else so-called boyfriend, husband, whatever, when she was a side chick, but then you was a side chick. You came LA, which she paid you $25,000 to come to LA, and you got your tail whooped. But the thing of it is, girl, get a life, buy another home. You made a joke about Megan being pow. You lost your contract with Fenty. You just make all kinds of wrong decisions, girlfriend. Good Lord, is money that important to you? Is status that important to you? Obviously, it is, because you so superficial. But what I'm saying is, why keep fighting this? The man don't want you there, and why would you want to stay in a house that somebody don't want you?
That part.
You ended up the man. You broke up whatsoever. Let it go, because he was a man, and then you left a man and went with a boy. So you're getting exactly what you deserve. I mean, I'm not saying every person is right or wrong, whatever, but girlfriend, get a life. Get a life. You model. You do this for, what is it, Fashion Nova, whatever. You do all this. You got a swimsuit line, whatever. You making 19,000 a month. You can afford another house. Get another house. Let it go. Sue him for the $270,000. Get that back and just go live your life with your kids and your three high chairs. That's all I got, D-Rock.
Not your three high chairs, but you know what? Though I do agree with you. I do agree with you. She got to go, and if she had anybody, and listen, a lawyer is, they gonna make their money, so they ain't gonna. If you want to fight this, they like, yeah, okay, let's go ahead and fight this. I'm sure she has spent more than $270K in lawyer fees, especially when you got your lawyer waking up, or I'm saying waking up, but either way, he had to go over there while you was away. So you out of town somewhere and your kids is with the nanny. She doing too much. She doing too much. But this is, sometimes people want to live chaos 24/7 in their lives. But listen, guys, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for being here for Monday Night Trending Topics. Y'all know the routine. Hit that like button on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. You can continue the conversation in the chat. When I check it out, I will chat back. I'll see y'all tomorrow night for Trending Topics. Good night and goodbye, everybody.
Good night, y'all.
Choo.